Can you always define the output? I mean, sometimes don't you say, I just need 2 hours of cleaning because I can't define the output? I mean, maybe cleaning's not an example of that, but I'm wondering if are there any situations where you want the activity but you can't really define the output? Like, I don't know, training, say.
Well, no, you can definitely do that. That's easy. But so how about something which requires a creative input, where you're actually employing somebody to give you a creative input?
Like design me a beautiful building.
So, and now you can't say, and it's got to be like this when it's finished.
Because we don't know.
Because it's got to make me feel a certain way when it's finished.
Yeah.
Call me back when you've done something.
Yes.
And I'll tell you how I feel. So that's a good example. But then what you're doing then is you're employing somebody for their creativity.
Mm.
And so we call that whole imagination, creativity, even the salesman's communication skills. We call that magic. Because they're not things that can be strictly defined.
Right.
And really you're looking for people who can do that. Back to that person learning to play the clarinet. It sounds rubbish, but after 10 years they've either got magic or they don't.
Yeah.
And you're employing people in tasks which require a creative input, and you're looking for people with magic who can demonstrate they can produce it.
Can everyone do magic?
I think they probably can in different areas. You know, like there's different sports.
Yeah.
You know, somebody who's really good at cricket is not necessarily a brilliant, gymnast.
The people who fixed my roof recently did a really beautiful job on the roof.
Fantastic.
So that's their
magic.
Their yeah.
And just looking at it looks great. Yeah. So that magic sort of shines.
Can they do anything else? We don't know. They can't do my job, but I can't do theirs. So
fantastic.
That's
so
fine.
There's a trade to be had, isn't there?
Yeah.
And that's how the free market works. There's a trade to be had.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who pitch up and do a rubbish job, and there's a lot of poor trainers out there.
And I think we could definitely say, in a company, most people are not doing magic. Most people are just doing what they're told, probably perfectly competent, but they're not being creative.
It's a scary thing in a command and control system if you do magic, because it's not definable, and if it ever goes wrong, you're definitely to blame.
Yes, so not definable, risky, and also you're seen as a troublemaker because you're trying to change things which have been fixed.
Yeah. And that change may have a rippling impact on different departments and different functions. You're bad news.
So I have found this throughout my whole career.
Yeah, you're bad news.
I've been semi-unemployable.
Yeah.
And because I've been quite good at what I do, I've got away with it. But they've always looked at me as if they're looking at a troublemaker.
One of those fancy people with double-barreled names.
You're one of those troublemakers, aren't you?
Chris Bad News Croft. Hyphenated, of course.
But actually, I've spent my whole life frustrated that things could be better and I'm not allowed to change them.
But so I want to explore that a little bit because
so that all fits actually.
You do that, but you spend all your time patching an existing system, which is an irony in my life.
Yes,
for me about you.
Well, because the same because we haven't had the authority to go really high level and change the whole system. So I've just been in charge of the factory. So all I can do is use my creativity to make the factory as good as I can, and then after that shout at frogs.
Yeah, but
I would love to stand back and redesign the whole thing, but I've never had the authority to, and I probably wouldn't have had the vision.
Chris Croft training,
yeah.
When you did have the authority, you didn't do it either.
Yeah. What does that say?
Yeah, well, because I just didn't know that such a concept. I haven't met you then.
But you were employing it beforehand yourself.
Yeah, but I still didn't think of it.
Now, and
no one ever does, do they?
So
which is why we're making this recording.
So